So today we got YSL Woody. Now it's been a little while since we talked about Woody, right? And a lot has went down in the Young Thug case. The judge has been replaced. This new judge look like she ain't playing no games, but a lot has developed. But over the last couple of days, we've seen court resume and we've seen the testimony pick up right where it left off, even with this new judge. And so we've had YSL Woody on the stand giving testimony, and this dude has got to be one of the wildest witnesses in courtroom history. This dude has had funny testimony, sad testimony, inappropriate testimony. Honestly, it's baffling to me that they even have this guy on the stand still, because at this point he's admitted multiple times to lying in his interrogation, lying on the stand, lying when he was talking to prosecutors. But for whatever reason, they continue to run their line of questioning on this guy and continue to let him tell stories. They continue to let him explain timelines. They continue to let him incriminate people. But they've offered him immunity for anything that he says on the stand, so he can admit to pretty much anything and not worry about getting in trouble. And because of that, we've seen Woody say some absolutely wild stuff. And it's clear that Woody does not want to be involved in this trial. He does not want to be a witness for the state. He does not want to be in this courtroom. And he's made that clear at least several dozens of times. Now, we've seen at one point in this trial, there was a secret ex parte meeting. And in that meeting, we basically seen in the transcripts that Woody told prosecutors that he was the one that killed this dude named Big Nut, also known as Donovan Thomas. And that information was basically suppressed, right? But the meeting ended up in the judge getting recused from the case. That's why we got a new judge. So he admitted that he killed Big Nut. That was repressed. And then yesterday he got on a stand. Again, he was making it very clear that he didn't want to be there. He made it very clear that he had lied multiple times to the prosecution and the investigators. And not only that, he also admitted to something equally as crazy as the Big Nut situation, and that is an incident that happened in 2014 where rich homie Quans, if y'all don't know, he's a rapper, his dad's barbershop in Atlanta actually got shot up. And Woody got up on the stand and said, yeah, nah, me and another dude named Threat were the ones that were responsible for shooting up that barbershop. It's crazy testimony, and we're about to get into some of the footage. So to start things off, we got this clip right here where the prosecutor asks Woody about why he told the police during his interrogation that Young Thug was responsible for the death of Donovan Thomas. And he pretty much says, look, I was saying any and everything to get the police off of my back, but he essentially says I was lying.
Okay, so this what happened.
Okay.
The police kept locking me up for whatever they could. Every time I came out the door, the police was on me, and they keep bringing up Thug name. So what I did was, to get them off of me, I said, Thug did this, Thug did that, Thug did, because I knew they would never, I knew he didn't do it. And in my mind, I knew that the police would never go mess with him. So it was easy for me to try to throw the blame off on him to get them off of me. And that's what I was doing from all these years. I don't remember what I don't told them in the past, but my whole motive was Thug did it because I knew he didn't do it and they couldn't lock him up. And they keep talking about Thug, 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 Thug. So guess what I'm going to tell them? Yeah. What else you want me to tell him? Yeah, he killed this person. Yeah, he did that. That's what I'm gonna do. And that's right now. If I walk out this thing and they say, the police stop me now. Hey man, give me something about Thug. Shit, I'm about to make something up about him again.
Did you tell Detective Thorpe that you got into a fight with Kel at Club Crucial the Monday before Donovan Thomas got killed?
I probably did.
Okay. And did you tell them that was after you were flashing money while you were on the stage?
I probably did. I would Detective Thorpe, his brain was the size of a squirrel brain. So you could just tell him anything, he gonna go for it.
You're right. At this time, the state's gonna ask permission to treat Mr. Copeland as a hostile witness under pursuant to 24-611, Your Honor.
Granted.
Thank you.
What they mean?
Don't worry about it. That's just for her to understand.
Now, I ain't gonna lie, right here, she tells Woody, don't worry about it. And I don't think that's a sufficient answer. You got this man up here on the stand. He has a right to know what it means to be called a hostile witness. And basically what it means is that the witness on the stand has begun testifying pretty much against the party that called them to the stand. So in this case, the prosecution for the state is who put Woody on the stand. And at this point, they're saying it feels like he's testifying against them. So in favor of Thug. Thug. They could also mean that they're refusing to answer questions, contradicting their pretrial statements, or provides evidence that doesn't support anybody's case. But that's pretty much what it means to be considered a hostile witness. And they could have just answered that for Woody, but they didn't, because this is a Georgia courtroom that we're dealing with, and they don't do nothing right in them court systems, really anywhere in America. But anyways, from here, the prosecution goes on to ask Woody about him telling the police that Young Thug thought he was snitching, and Woody basically says, listen, I don't know what y'all think snitching is, but I was lying to the police when I incriminated Young Thug, so I wasn't snitching, because snitching only occurs when you're telling the truth to the police. And Woody's wrong here, bro, at least from my perspective, because the way I've always seen it is, if you're giving information to the police that could lead to them opening an investigation, furthering an investigation, developing any new leads in an investigation, if you give them anything that can assist them, and you from the streets, this don't go for civilians, but if you from the streets and you assist them in any way that can help them further their case, you're snitching. That's just the way it is.
Did you tell the police when they were asking you about Thug thinking you were snitching, you told the police? Because like every time he called, it's like I was right there in front of him and I had walked up. I was like, that was the detective. Like, shit, they trying to find out who. And he just felt like I was just making stuff up because I always stutter.
So when you snitching is based off the truth and off facts. Lying and trying to finesse your ways is different things. So there would never be the case if he concerned about me snitching. So you only snitching if you telling the police the truth.
And back in 2015, when they were calling you and they were asking you about Nuts' murder, were you telling them that you were not involved in Nuts' murder?
I was telling them I told them everybody did. I told them Shell killed them. I told them all type of people did. I didn't know. I don't know. Y'all just pick and choose what y'all want to take and use. Did I not say Shell did it?
Did you tell them that you heard that could have been a rumor?
I told you it was a rumor that they said I did too, right?
Right. And you didn't kill him, correct?
How many times you gonna ask me that?
Okay, then. So if you're talking about rumors, the rumors aren't true. You just told them what you heard.
I'm saying what y'all want to pick and choose with. Okay, I don't recall. Like I told you before y'all called me to trial, I have lied. I made things up. I told you this before y'all brought me in this courtroom. And I'm telling you now, you asked me about 2015. I have got my life together. Y'all trying to put this on my conscience. Y'all trying to put people's life in my hands. I don't lie on people. I don't want to be here. Y'all have pressured me. I'm tired of y'all because y'all know y'all are wrong. And y'all black people doing this to us.
And I understand that.
Leave me alone. Let me leave. Man, y'all pissing me off. Listen, I don't recall nothing I said to no police. Stop asking me these questions. Okay. I'm telling you, I don't recall.
I understand, but we're going to have to get through the questions. You can just continue to say you don't recall if that's what it is.
That's what you want me to say?
Now, this was an interesting part of Woody's testimony because he's restating that he does not want to be testifying in any capacity in this case, but he's been compelled to by the prosecutors. And this is something that we seen in the Melly case as well. When his girlfriend's mom was on the stand, she was real hostile towards the prosecution and said, look, y'all been pressuring me. Y'all been on me about doing this. I don't want to do this. Y'all arrested me. And Woody's got the same thing going on. And it does beg the question of at what point does a witness for the state become unusable or unhelpful or detrimental to what the state has going on? Because a lot of the case that they built against Young Thug came off of the back of YSL Woody's testimony, and Woody is openly saying, look, bro, I have lied to y'all multiple times. I will tell y'all anything y'all want to hear if it gets me out of this courtroom. Like I said, it begs the question of at what point does it become unreasonable to keep a witness on the stand? Now, I know at this point, because they've already ran questions, he's subject to cross-examination, meaning meaning the defense is going to get to question him too. And obviously the state probably don't want to end his testimony until they get the information out of him that they want the jury to hear. But I think this is a good use case example for why witnesses shouldn't be pressured to testify if they don't want to testify. They shouldn't be threatened to have their freedom taken away if they don't want to testify. And they really shouldn't be compelled, because it really can be detrimental to a case when you get a witness like this on a stand. And this next clip is a really good example of that, because remember, a pillar of this case was the murder of Donovan Thomas, or Big Nut, which the government is essentially blaming Young Thug for. Well, in this next clip, Woody basically gets on the stand and says, look, bruh, Young Thug literally ain't have nothing to do with that. Not a single thing to do with it, which is terrible for the prosecution. But then he also goes on to admit to another crime, and that was shooting up Rich Homie Dad's barber shop, which happened back in 2014. And Rich Homie Quans' dad was shot in this incident. And it's something that Rich Homie has touched on in the past. But Woody basically said that shooting right there, I'm responsible for that. Me and another dude named Threat.
Do you recall telling the investigators that at the Cascade skating ring, you confronted Kel about them shooting at you all from the bushes?
What happened in Nut got nothing to do with YSL. This some shit, screaming language. This got everything to do with Threat. You know what I mean? I was trying to protect Threat from the get-go. You know what I mean? Threat, and they had some more stuff going on, like.
Was Threat at the gambling house when it got shot up by Kel?
Young, you say nothing I say can be used against me?
That's right.
Me and Threat shot up Rich Homie Coin Daddy barbershop on Bankhead. I don't know what happened with Threat and Rich Homie Coin, but I'm a ride with my brother. And they was beefing. And yeah, we pulled up and did that.
Okay. And as a result of, why did you and Threat shoot up Rich Homie Quan Daddy's barbershop?
Because I'm a ride with Threat.
Okay. Did Threat tell you why he was shooting?
I don't
at
ask
the
no
barbershop?
questions. I just say let go.
What led up to you saying let's go do it? Why?
Threat was mad. He was like, he fucking keep scaring my language. He was talking, playing like we somebody to play with. And I was ready. I had them choppers on deck.
Why was Threat beefing with Rich Homie Quan to shoot up his daddy's shop?
Cause we didn't know where he was.
So did you go to the shop looking for Rich Homie Quan?
Nah, we went to send a message.
Now, that's some pretty crazy testimony that he just gave. And based on his immunity deal, he can't be prosecuted for doing that, at least by the state. Now, I don't know if when this is all over, if the federal government is going to double back and try to charge Woody with these crimes that he's admitted to, because I don't think his immunity extends to the federal government. Since this is a state case, we'll just have to wait and see if that's something that happens when this case is all said and done. And that's if Woody is even telling the truth at this point. He's admitted, again, to lying multiple times at this point. And for me, I gotta think to myself, if you're on the jury and you've had this guy's testimony and he's saying, you know, Young Thug didn't do this, Young Thug did do that, actually I'm lying, I've been lying, I could be lying now. For me, that creates a reasonable doubt. And keep in mind, they gotta prove beyond a reasonable doubt that Young Thug is guilty for him to be convicted of this. And Woody's testimony to me is just one big insertion of reasonable doubt into this case. So I don't know if it's helping Young Thug at this point. I don't know if it's hurting Young Thug at this point, but this trial has been absolutely wild from the get-go. Woody said to continue testifying. There's going to be a lot more coming out of him before it's all said and done, and we'll just have to see where things go. But that's basically it for the story. Anyways, that's it for the video, guys. If you enjoyed the content, be sure to hit the like button, subscribe, tap the notification bell so you get notified every time I upload a video. As always, it's been fun rocking with y'all, man. I'm out.